Absolutely. Spawning up in the top right, representing Shopify Rebellion, normally the Zerg. She is returning as the Queen of Psyblades. It is Scarlett.
And her opponent in the bottom left. He is the Red Zerg player from Sweden, but residing in Canada, representing Storm Gaming. A dear, dear friend of mine personally, a man I love so much. It is Namshar.
And he's going for a 16 pool here. So is he thinking that there's going to be a cannon rush of some kind? Like, I wonder if he even looked at the actual race screen. Scarlett didn't try and hide it, but she didn't exactly announce it. We'll see if question marks.
No. In the just as we were going in the final 10 seconds, he asked and she said yes. He double checked.
Okay, good.
So Namshar does know what he's playing against here. He's going to see the probe. The probe not getting the block on the natural. That's annoying. Actually, just sitting at the top of the ramp, just waiting for that brief moment where the vision swapped to go down was pretty nice here from Namshar. Now, Namshar's not been playing a lot. He is in school in Canada. I'm not sure what he's studying. I need to make sure to ask him. So he isn't playing quite as much as he once did. He's not a top, world-class player as he once was. But he's a very good mid to late game Zerg player. He, in his prime, was very Hearthstone-esque. He was just mechanically insanely sound. He played akin to Lambo, I would say, not quite ever to the heights of Lambo. Of course, Lambo making a couple of BlizzCons and stuff. But a great player. Oh, nice pick-off here from Namshar. Good micro, and already this is pretty nice for him.
Yeah, that's actually really, really good picking that off. I would say Namshar had a lot of similarities to Hearthstone. Really made it his mission to never be caught out of position. I don't think he ever achieved the totality of it that I feel Hearthstone has, where Hearthstone is he's got 4 zealots out on the map watching every attack path, or just perfect vision. By the way, this 16 pool is gonna get in here with these lings. Scarlett kind of underreacting to this, and by underreact I mean not reacting at all.
Just pull a bunch of probes here. She could also just bleed a couple out here, which is the last thing she wants to do. Any lost mining time here is nice. The Adept Shade trying to chase down these lings, but there's also lings working away on the pylon in the low ground. They don't get that, I don't think, ever. Without speed being done, the Adept makes it down in order to stop this in time, but they get kind of close. And yeah, this is it was annoying for Scarlett for the sake of 4 lings here from Namshar. Namshar has given up map control for this, though. I would have liked to have seen him maybe just pull out with 1 ling at least to make sure he could keep track of when the 3rd is. He does have, of course, 1 Overlord, but it's not the best form of scouting or vision. We see a couple more lings in the production tab. That kind of sorts that out here. The 3rd going down for Namshar. Quite late, though. It was a 16 pool, though.
It is going down very late, actually. But I think this is a little bit of a... Oh, never mind. Okay, this is going to be a fair bit of pressure coming in. He got that early ling speed, and we're going to have him try and bust into the natural, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think Okay, conceptually I like it, because, you're assuming that your opponent playing their off race is a little bit maybe rustier with that.
Yeah.
But Scarlett is really, really smart. She is... I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. The good news is Scarlett has glaives, and it's a very quick researching ability. And as Warp Gate finishes, the odds of busting down here are very, very low. Second Adept coming in. The wall has been broken down, actually. Scarlett was not able to warp in the exact right location, but there's enough here with probes off a line. Perfect probe pull here from Scarlett. She's going to push this back without too many issues. And Namshar behind us, he's not going to drone up and try and fix this. He's thrown down a Roach Warren. He's making a round of lings, a big round of 14 lings. And I think he's just going to keep going.
Yeah, absolutely he is. He did scout the
Glaives?
the Twilight Council and the 3rd gateway. So this honestly could just be a defensive setup. I would have really preferred to see him go up into a few more units. By the way, remember when I was talking about the 3-gate glaives into Stargate? I think that's what we're seeing here. And well, there we go. +1 ship weapons does start up. +1 air weapons, I should say. And a bunch of 2 Stargates. And Scarlett, she almost got jumped on there, but she actually takes a really, really good trade. Namshar's really down in drones.
Look, he has not been making drones. He's only now making a round of drones. He's lost in this game already. 21 lings. That's 10 potential drones. It's really not worked out very well for Namshar, actually. I'm not really sure what's going on for him here. His creep spread is not great. His queen count is 5, which isn't bad. He's getting his land now. Supply block for Namshar as well. His queen energy is, yeah, it's okay. Like, yeah, it's not perfect, but it's okay. But now the 2 Void Rays making their way in here. Scarlett once again going to catch a bunch of these lings, and this is a really good trade again here for Scarlett, who now shades into the roaches. That's what Namshar needed, because he does need to get rid of this pressure. I mean, at this point, my question to you, Steadfast, is if Namshar's not been playing the game a lot, does he know about this build? Does he know about this sort of a deck pressure into double Stargate?
Very, very unlikely. Yeah. Very unlikely, because like, I barely know about the build, and I cast, you know, dozens of hours of StarCraft a week. Like, it's a very, very new build, and this is going to be very, very rough to deal with. Now, Namshar has droned up a whole bunch, but all that did was bring him back to equal. And the tech for Scarlett, she's already got a fleet beacon finishing up.
Yeah. I mean, Scarlett's in a great spot. I think she's really caught Namshar off guard. Suddenly changing race is an intimidating thing to do, to come against. As the player playing your native race, you're nervous because you feel like you have to win, right? Like, oh, I'm playing an off racer. Like, I can't lose this. That would be so silly. But Scarlett is an incredibly good Protoss player. She plays it quite often on the ladder and things like that. She's reached dizzying heights with it. She's great. But Flux Veins is already getting close to completion, and this is the first time Namshar is going to see this. And he must be terrified. He's getting his Hydras in. But there's so many Void Rays. There's already 4 Void Rays, soon to be 6 with Flux Veins. +2 is like proper on the way. And this Void Rays with these upgrades, they can snipe hatcheries.
Yeah, they can, and Jagannatha is a great map for that. Now, I like what Namshar is doing here. He recognizes this, so, you know, he's still got those pro gamer instincts, but it's not just that, you know, you cover your main base and you're all good. I do like the, like, horizontal base pattern, but that also means that it is very, very far away. Now, with this creep spread from Namshar, it does allow him to potentially, oh my god, she almost chased that down. Even with the speed Overseer, the Ferrari Overseer barely got away, and it's only thanks to the transfuse. But yeah, this is what I'm looking for right here, just a full rotation over to the right. Now, of course, the creep is going to help Namshar a lot. Will it be in time, though?
The Queens still got a little bit of waddling to do off creep here, and they're going to come in one by one and be focused here. Namshar does have a lot of Queens, though. He's going to be able to get a little bit of hull damage onto these Void Rays. The Scarlett's Void Ray count is doing good, and behind this, carrier production, the Golden Armada, a 4th base for Scarlett, who has been completely unharassed this game. Like, the 16 pool did a little bit, but aside from that, she's had free reign to do whatever she wants, and now she will cancel this space. I imagine, yeah, this space is Gonzo's. And that's going to be frustrating. You come back in as a Protoss here. You have to be aware of this as a Zerg, because if he goes for it again, she'll cancel it again. I've done this many a time in my games. And now with creep being cleared up too, she's going to slow down those rotations. And Namshar's creep is purely defensive, which may sound like a weird thing to say, but he cannot move up the map at all. Hydras need that creep to get up quickly. And I mean, it's going to give time for the Golden Armada to grow.
Yeah, and I would love to see her just go straight up into +3 air weapons, +3 ship weapons. Yeah. She's getting +1 shields as well. And here we go. Oh, little harassment into the main base, but Scarlett, she could have taken the fight there. I think she's just like, yeah, I just want unit retention. Oh my god. Okay.
It's the longest queen walk of all time. Scarlett's gonna see it though. Does she she sees it. She's going to see the Queens here. She cannot commit to this. Scarlett is going to need to sit back with batteries. Cannons out in front are so good. The stasis ward is fantastic, because although the Queens are slow enough that it will only catch 1, which is not... Oh, it does get 2 there. Wow, I did not expect that. Okay, Scarlett does not want to fight outside batteries and cannons here. She needs to wait here. She needs to, ideally... I mean, there's 4 carriers here as well. This is just so difficult. 2 Queens will get caught nice and early. Scarlett targeting down the flank on the weaker side. This is out of range, I think, of Super Battery. It would be close.
Yeah, and I mean, most of the interceptors have gone down. A lot of Queens here. but that +2 air weapons is helping out a lot. However,
Yeah.
Namshar has so many Hydralisks.
Yeah, you're right. There's actually no interceptors left on most of these carriers, and Namshar continues to target them down. The Void Rays in the front are doing a good job, though, slowly but surely taking down this number of Hydras. And once the Hydra count falls and the interceptors rebuild, Scarlett will have the advantage. Namshar is going to get pushed back. Void Rays killing Hydras here. They can't go too far forward. She can't be affording to lose these Void Rays. They're very important. Even the Adepts on the ground are offering a lot here, actually, into these Hydralisks. Scarlett needs a little bit more time just to regain a few interceptors. She goes back in, every Hydra for kills, can't really be replaced. It takes so long to get across the map. And just like that, Scarlett pushes back Namshar. She's going to be in a great spot now as more and more carriers arrive. There's so little Zerg left. Don't go too far forward, though, because the interceptor count is still pitiful.
Yeah. So the thing is here for Namshar, he needs to win right this minute. There is no transitioning out of it. Doesn't matter. He has 8 drones. He is behind. He's about to be against a player who has +3 air weapons, and Scarlett. Basically, GG condition, a win condition for her here, is just getting interceptors back fully stocked.
Yes.
So Namshar cannot allow that to happen, but he's going to find his base, which is great, but now these Hydras are all trapped.
Yeah, I mean, the Hydras can't recall, and there's a lot of Adepts on the ground, too, that dish out so much damage. And, of course, Glimpse was researched in this game, meaning all of those Hydras are just going to melt. There's nothing left here for Namshar. It's 84 to 52 army supply. The interceptor count is beyond healthy. Scarlett is making 3 carriers at a time. She said in the lobby before Namshar joined she was looking to Protoss some poor Zerg. And, oh, my God, she has Protossed him.
Absolutely. Going for the Glaive Adepts right up into the Golden Armada. And, well, she's got +3 air weapons and +1 shields. That is not something you can beat without Carapace upgrades as a Zerg if you're going ground.
No, I mean, a little bit of static defense is nice, but right now the Hydra count is 23, and that number, you can see it just rapidly falling. There's 11 in the production tab, but they need to be here right now. These interceptors attack twice, and they attack so fast and so hard with +3 upgrades. Now, she doesn't want to overcommit and throw them all away, as all of the army is not in the same place right now. Just wait, take out a bunch of stuff, and then rebuild the interceptors, which are practically free. Scarlett has this game by the scruff of the neck. Namshar is up against the ropes, and that knockout punch, I can see it coming in not too long.
Yeah, the fact that she didn't go in there is a sign of a lot of patience here. You know, it'd be very easy to be like, oh, I like I was saying, like, oh, like, well, you know, I have the carrier numbers, I have +3 weapons, this game's over. But it would be so easy to just kind of overshove a little bit when you really don't need to.
Yeah, and this is still a scary location, because these Hydras do have +2. They now have a Carapace upgrade. They're not bad. This is what I want to see from Scarlett. She's getting Storm, which is the BN, you know, the ultimate counter to this army is Storm. Storm carriers or Disruptors are the other option, but there is no Robo, I think, at all in this game. Nope. She's going to add on a few more gateways as well. She's getting +1 air armor, which is an upgrade that players like to skip, but Scarlett's so ahead in her upgrade, she can get this now. And I mean, the carrier number is 13, and that's an unlucky number for some, but it's looking pretty lucky here for the Queen of Psyblades. Vipers finally on the way here for Namshar, but they could be feedbacked, and if the Storms connect, this army will melt.
Absolutely, and I like the addition of more and more Spore Crawlers, but like you said, the High Templar are what make this army really tick, and there's no Lurker Den, it's just being produced now, and, well, first Storm doesn't hit all that much, but it's going to force the army to split up so much. Great job so far splitting that from Namshar, but is it going to be enough?
Too much.
Well, I don't think so.
No, the interceptor numbers are still way too high, and these High Templars are just forcing Namshar back now. Namshar can't overextend into bad storms. There are still a couple of storms left that he needs to use here. Scarlett needs to use here. There we go, storm coming down. But Namshar's doing a pretty decent job. There's actually an okay amount of interceptors, but a couple of them are very low. And Scarlett is trapped in a corner. She has no recall.
Yeah, Namshar took a really good fight there. It's just too much. It's just too much.
Oh, actually, the interceptor count is gone.
I mean, she's got 13 carriers, though, and now there's enough energy for more Storm.
Yeah.
Man, something we didn't note is that Namshar did an excellent job of sniping down High Templar during all of that. Like, he picked off, like 4 or 5 High Templar that had high energy. By the way, 141 interceptors went down and not a single carrier.
That's insane. Good micro here from Scarlett. Definitely 141. She even killed one of her own somehow. How?
Oh, Storm.
Storm, yeah, that makes sense. 14 interceptors being built at a time. These carriers are getting back into very, very, very high numbers. 88 of them on the field. That's 88 units attacking with +3 twice every like second or so, even less than that. That's a very, very, very scary army that Scarlett has managed to amass. +1 air armor is done. She's getting ground upgrades too now in case the transition needs to come in. That is a big, big storm. There are lurkers on the ground here. And actually, there's a detection.
Oh, no, there is not. No. But is it going to matter since she's already cleared with so many Hydras?
Oh, she has detection.
Oh, she does.
How?
Oh, what? Oh. Where?
What? Oh, there's observers. It's just observers within this army somewhere. Okay,
yeah, there is. Yeah, I selected it. There is one. But it must have shown up like halfway through.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know. That's weird. Either way, she is just going to stomp on through with this carrier storm. We used to, a couple of nice abducts right there. A little bit sloppy from Scarlett. No feedbacks coming in. But
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter at all.
There's enough carriers to just come and reinforce here, as we can see. And now Namshar is trapped in GG. Scarlett, as Protoss takes map 1.
I mean, she lives up to her promise there. Says, I'm going to Protoss some poor Zerg, and absolutely Protoss is the ever-living crap out of him.
I'm messaging out. I can't believe you've done this. Wow. We'll be moving into map 2 very shortly, guys. Thank you so much for joining us here for North American StarCraft 2 DreamHack Masters. It's been an absolute blast covering this event. This is our final series of the entire event. And we're looking to close it out. She messaged me back. What a race. Really unbelievable. You make me sick.
Oh. That.
Wow.
I love that she does it like. So some people will like switch races and they'll be like, oh yeah, like I just really like using this unit, blah, blah, blah. Like it's fun. Scarlett does it out of spite. Like she does it in an angry way. She's like, look at how disgusting this is. Like, it's the equivalent of like, I don't know, like just like in a sporting event being like, oh man, like Muay Thai is so busted in UFC, and just be like, like you like beat the crap out of someone with it, and then you like look at the audience and you're like, that was disgusting. I didn't deserve to win that.
This.
Yeah, nerf this. Get this out of the sport.
Disgusting. Disgusting. There's a lot of people in chat. No, Scarlett has not permanently switched to Protoss. She's just kind of playing what she wants to play right now. Namshar has not been practicing a lot. He is a full-time student right now. And she wanted to Protoss someone. Sometimes we all play a bit of off-race. It just so happens that Scarlett off-race is better than all of, like, pretty much everyone else's main race. And what's she going to play right now? Who knows? She's still queued up as Protoss. Maybe she'll play Terran. Maybe she'll play random. Namshar joining the lobby. We'll be getting into Oxide here for map 2. Another decent map, been in the pool a long time. We seen Beckett once as commentators together?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't. If we did, it was literally once. And I think I only saw it once. I think I've only seen it once. Like broadcasting this, and it was alongside Creighton on day one.
On day one, yeah. That makes sense.
It didn't make any sense to me.
No, it never ever does. I'm getting messages even from like the Ziggy, the Polish Protoss player, the Terran player even, that makes loads and loads of Reapers. He's doing the DreamHack StarCraft 2 Twitter, and he's messaging me like, why is Scarlett playing Protoss? She wanted to, and I quote, Protoss a poor Zerg. Okay, what race is she queued up as? She's playing Protoss.
She's going in as Protoss.
I mean, if it works once. Okay, so here on Oxide, Namshar, I mean, I don't know what he does. Does he all in? Maybe that's your hope, that her early game isn't as good and just it's not a 12 pool. Okay, let's get into the game and we'll figure this out together, Steadfast.
Yeah. Here we go, spawning up in the top right. Representing the Shopify Rebellion. She is coming in with all the strats. Looking at Protoss, some poor Zerg, it's Scarlett.
And her opponent, The Swede living in Canada. He is currently a full-time student and someone I truly care about. An incredible player, an incredible guy, and the best dancer in StarCraft 2 history is the Red Zerg player from Storm Gaming, Namshar.
You know what I would have loved to see from Namshar actually here? Proxy hatch. Oh, like a proxy hatch.
Just something wild that like a Protoss player doesn't. A player who plays Protoss like, you know, a few games a week isn't practice against. Go full blind.
Exactly.
Absolutely do something wild. But again, if Namshar's not practicing, he probably doesn't know necessarily the intricacies of that. Wow. I don't know what to say. I mean, I think Twitch chat is right. After the hour and 10 minute long game yesterday where she got sky tossed, she kind of just wants to sky toss a guy. And I respect it. I really do. Ooh.
Is this real?
No, there's no forge.
No, there's no forge and there's no gas. So, or sorry, there is gas. So she is just faking a cannon rush.
Faking a cannon rush. Is Namshar gonna pull? No.
Kudos to Namshar. He didn't overreact.
Yeah. I wish she'd actually cannon rushed. I thought about it as we went into this game because I was chatting with her a little in between, but I should have been like cannons. Because she probably would have done it at this point. Scarlett is one of those players that she loves to entertain the masses, and she's doing a phenomenal job. She's been great in this event. Of course, that loss to Neeb yesterday was kind of rough. An hour and 10 minute game is awful, and beating late game Protoss, as she has just shown, is very difficult. 2 queens coming out straight away for Namshar, falling. Standard opening here from our Swedish expat. He is going to be playing this very, very normal early game, and just needs to identify what's going on. Now, warp gate's not starting.
No, it is not. And, well, we're going to see another Stargate here. Oh, man. I got to say, I really like what... oh, sorry?
She's going to do it again.
I think so. It's not going to be any sort of crazy like Roddy or Goblin builds where you skip Warp Gate and get +1 air. That would have actually made me so happy if she'd done that. Like even going full Roddy and like hiding her third base somewhere on the map.
Oh, don't. It would have been a dream come true for me. Stargate finishing up here, I anticipate, because it's Scarlett and because she wants to show how this is going, that we'll probably see a Void Ray pretty early. A couple of Lings getting in here. Scarlett forced to fight with probes. The Adept is here, though, to back them up, and should be able to get some frags before too long. Stargate finishes. We're not seeing any units out of it yet. Scarlett is going to throw down that Void Ray as anticipated here. 1 Ling gets in, does get a bit of a scout, sees the Stargate. 2nd Ling escapes, so nice control here from Namshar. This is, oh, it died. The probe gets the kill, deserves a party hat, as Creighton would say. And that Void Ray going to push away all detection, and now we get to see, is it going to be fully committed? Like, I'd love to see a 2nd Stargate. And she does have 4 gases, right?
Yeah, she does. 4 gases before 3rd Nexus. Oracle. Okay. She might actually play a straight up Protoss game.
Wow.
Oh, that would actually be really cool if she like went like BS Sky Toss, like Carrier Storm, and then played just like the most standard, like even like Gung Fu Banda-esque style where you play like for me whenever Gung Fu Banda plays, it's almost like bio. Like a
yes.
Protoss.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, you're completely correct there. No 2nd tech building has gone down yet for Scarlett. She is just sitting on that Stargate. She produced a Oracle, but just 1. 3rd Nexus going down at an extraordinarily healthy time for a Protoss player. And Namshar may try to punish this, possibly. The Void Ray makes you very safe, and an Oracle as well is a great unit. Namshar holding down that D key, though, going up into the 50s in his drone count very soon. Scarlett going to come in with an Oracle, get a drone or 2. And get out before she takes too much damage.
Yeah, that's really nice. Scarlett is going for a quick Robo and a Forge, so I'm thinking we're going to see a similar build to what Hearthstone did in his series versus Sort of, where we see a very, very quick Robotics Bay and possibly quick Disruptors. Now, she might just be like, yeah, Disruptors are hard, I'll go Colossus. But I think we're going to see one or the other.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. I think she wants to show off all of the tools in the broken Protoss armory. And I say that as a person with the Protoss logo tattooed on their body. Robo is finishing, and I imagine we'll see some sort of Prism, coming out pretty soon. Gonna start and get some aggression here. We are only looking at 2 gates so far, so it won't be committed aggression by any means. I don't imagine we've got an all-in coming off the back of this. But Twilight Celts come down. Yeah, it's just Scarlett's playing a straight up game, a straight up PvZ.
Yeah, I think this is just going to be like warp into Adepts and then harass and just be a bit of a joke with that. Oh, speaking of which, 4 drones went down somewhere.
Oracle.
Must have been.
I
No, it
think
was
it
2
got
Adepts.
recalled.
2 Adepts.
Okay.
They slipped in. Okay.
Okay. Hydra Den here for Namshar once again. Going to be going up into that very quickly here. He has Baneling Nest done, but he doesn't have Baneling Speed or anything just yet. So more drones going down here. Sorry, probes going down here to this Ling counter-attack. Loses a few Lings for it, but I mean, Scarlett is beginning Immortal production. She's getting Zealot Charge before Blink, which is slightly intriguing. She's going into Templar Archives as well. Get a whole bunch of those juicy Archons on the field, and Scarlett's doing a great job with this multi-pronged harass here with Adepts. These are just sentences I never thought I'd say.
Yeah, right? Oh my god, she even gets a great position using the Queen to body block this around and gets an additional drone for it. That's actually a really, really nice, nuanced little play. By the way, she might just go for a big charge lot Archon all in. She's throwing down 6 additional gates.
I think she's aiming for it with... she'll only have +1. The timing's kind of a little off here if you wanted to go for like a perfect timing attack. But it's not bad. Baneling Speed coming is going to be useful here for Namshar. And just to expel some rumors in chat, I've been around this scene now for a decade plus. And this isn't BM. Players used to do this all the time. TLO was a player who played Terran or Zerg, depending on matchups back in the day. Nurture used to play Terran against Protoss or Zerg. I can't remember exactly what. It's something that players have done. And in Brood War, it's actually very common. So, I mean, if you have a skill set and you feel comfortable with it, it's in the rules. She's not breaking the rules here. She's doing exactly what is allowed, and I don't think that's a bad mannered at all. So I think we should expel that. I think it's very interesting now because Scarlett's opponents, specifically in ZVZ now, although have any Zergs made it through? I mean, if we get to the season finals where she could be expected to go, nice pickup for Namshar. She's not giving away much information here.
Yeah, that's actually, that's a really nice thing. There's a lot of advantages to this, what you already said, as well as the fact that StarCraft 2 is not just a physical game, it is a mental game.
Yeah.
If you can tilt an opponent, always do that. Always do that. Like, as long as you're not being like, like fighting game community, like really getting in their face and saying some inappropriate stuff. But like, if it's just within the rules of the game, which as you mentioned, it absolutely is, this is the kind of thing that is a really good move. And it's not just for this particular game. It is also for potential future games, because not only does she hide her builds, she also creates a scenario where any Zerg players that she might run into now have to be concerned about the concept that she could play Protoss against.
Specifically when you're doing map vetoes and stuff, you want different maps for different matchups, and Scarlett adds a whole layer of unknown to that. And as we said, she can change even in between game. So if there's a map where she goes, I don't like Protoss here, she can just play Zerg, and she's the best Zerg in North American history, right? Idra, heights, both players, she's amazing heights.
She's much better than Idra at her peak, for sure. Not even close.
Idra won a lot.
He did, but he won a lot when the game wasn't very well figured out.
Yeah, I mean in terms of success, I guess. Yeah, of course.
Like, in terms of success, Idra is definitely...
Yeah. Anyway, so it's a moot point, unless Idra is watching, in which case, hi Greg. Double Stargate coming down for Scarlett as she looks to make that late game transition coming in here. Her +2 is on the way in terms of ground as well. She's going to have an extraordinarily intimidating army and not too long. Look how defensive she is postured right now. She is playing a turtle mech Protoss.
If you told me this was Trap versus like playing against Cyril in a recent finals of a tournament, I don't remember, it was a few months ago, I would believe you. This is like the same setup, like a ton of cannons, Archons, well, I mean, it was Void Rays first, but like a very, very defensive setup into Sky Toss.
So many Immortals, makes you so safe against so much. Namshar is getting his Greatest Spire, and this is a well-timed Greatest Spire. His army right now is very, very scary, and if he can find a Baneling run-by or something, things that are much harder to deal with when you're not as practiced with a race, then there's the possibility here that this could get a little scary. Oh, that's a nice... Oh my god, the Storm is good as well. Oh, the DPS set, even from the High Templar coming into fray. But it doesn't matter, as there is enough Banelings to just get in and find so much damage here.
Yeah, those are +2 melee Banelings as well, which means that they do one-shot those probes. Now, that is a lot of losses, but Scarlett, she is going to be able to rebuild this. 4 probes coming down at a time. Oh, a additional banelings almost ran into a couple extra probes. The thing is, though, this is still a timer for Namshar a little bit. Like you said, he's got that Greater Spire, and it is extraordinarily nicely timed. He's going to be morphing in these Broodlords as soon as it finishes up.
Yeah.
But the carrier count is looming.
Yeah. This is, and I've said it once and I'll say it again for those that haven't been around. Oh, she has an Archon wall. That's adorable. This is squeaky bum time here for our Protoss player, because right now she's at her most vulnerable. A lot of her supply, a lot of her is in the production tab. My God, those Archons stood for so long. Archons are sick.
20 kills on that one.
What
20 kills on one, 5 on the other. Oh my God.
Wow. Broodlords are now here, but the first carrier has already popped, and 3 is about to pop out behind it. And 3 carriers is not a bad number here. Now, the Hydra's count is high enough to keep these zoned, but this does mean the Broodlords will also be zoned. Storms underneath them as well means these Broodlords are going to start falling. This base is going to take a lot of damage, though. The cannon actually doing a pretty good job of softening them up. It does get unpowered, and that means a lot of dead probes. Storm's coming down. It's a very, very scrappy fight. Scarlett is down quite a lot in supply, but if she can push this back, her army is only going to get stronger and stronger.
That being said, this is a lot of damage, and Namshar has done an excellent job of targeting specifically the High Templar with those Broodlords. He's picked off like 3 or 4 of them, many of them with full energy when he did, and he kills that Nexus. This is looking really, really dicey for Scarlett. Now, like you said, if she can stabilize, continue to build up her army, she will be... Oh, that another High Templar goes down without costing Storm. She will be in a good spot, but this is such a nice timing out of Namshar.
Yep. Yeah, Namshar has managed to do a lot of work here. Now, he hasn't killed Scarlett. Scarlett's down to 48 probes, which is kind of poopy. But her ground upgrades are getting very good. She's still making Immortal. She's actually playing Protoss mech at this point. This is exactly what a Protoss mech army looks like. She's going to retake this base, and if she can stabilize, rebuild probes 3 at a time until she can build 4 at a time, there is still a possibility here that Scarlett is able to push Namshar back. Namshar is doing the right thing, though. He's taking the map, and he's going to start setting up a bunch of counterattacks. These Lings do get spotted. That's a nice spot there. Nice defensive stasis wards. Well, really doesn't do much because it only catches the Broodlings coming out here of the Brood Lords, and we're seeing some big storms. The big Baneling hit, though.
That was absolutely massive, and that means that these carriers are completely unprotected. We're going to see the force base getting canceled once again. The carriers are going down, and that's going to be it. GG is called, and Namshar says, "Hey, what do you think you're doing?"
Yeah,
and it strikes back in game number 2. Sorry?
You can't Protoss. Namshar has made himself unprotostable.
Yeah, that was a really, really good game out of Namshar. And honestly, that's is Namshar mathematically eliminated yet? I don't know if. Yes. I know coming into the day he wasn't technically mathematically eliminated.
Not, you're correct. So the genius is that Liquipedia showed that he isn't. If Trigger loses, Namshar wins. The Namshar would. If Trigger loses O2, Namshar can make it through. Yeah. Yeah, that 4th spot is very up for grabs with Epic, Trigger, and even Jon Snow still in contention for it. So we go to 2K Atmos for map 3, and the question we all ask, the question on everyone's lips, is what race is Scarlett going to play?
That is the big question right here. I kind of hope we see ZVZ, just because I would like to see a ZVZ.
Yeah, me
but
too.
I'm also down to see her come in with this again.
She's gonna
stick with it.
She's sticking with it as Protoss. So, okay, I'm gonna take a few moments here, guys, because I know everyone's gonna leave when this series ends. We will be getting into 2K Atmos. This is our final map, Steadfast. There will be no more unless there's a draw. No, let's not talk about it. Let's not bring that into the equation. This is the final map that me and Steadfast will have throughout this tournament. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you. It's been an absolute pleasure. Like I said, on behalf of me, on behalf of Steadfast, on behalf of Creighton, who is on vacation in a cabin with no internet, like a caveman. I don't even... If I go on vacation, I want to go somewhere with more internet.
Right?
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Please take the opportunity to follow our social media. You can follow me at Grant SC2 on Twitter and Twitch. I don't stream so much. I'm a busy guy these days with real life stuff. but I always try to do the best I can. You can also, of course, follow my Twitter where I post pictures of my dog, or if you really, really love me, donate to me because I'm broke. And most importantly, my co-commentator here, Steadfast SC2. He is Steadfast SC on Twitch. This is you've done a couple of these events, but I think this is the most coverage you've done so far in terms of B-stream stuff. You're only growing, you're only improving. We're going to be seeing a lot of Steadfast in the future, and it's an absolute pleasure to cast with you. I've had a blast. I've had an incredible time. So a big shout out to you. Please, guys, if you do anything, if you don't donate to me, then please go and follow Steadfast at least, but also donate to me so I can eat. Okay, that is it. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy the rest of this event. When we are done, we will say our thank yous again when things are finished. But for now, let us get into the game, introduce our players one final time here, Steadfast, and then we will finish this off.
Absolutely. Sounds good to me. And here we go. Spawning down in the bottom left position of 2000 Atmos, representing Shopify Rebellion. She is the Queen of Sideblades, Scarlett. And she's gone for a gas first here before Gateway.
Yeah, that's unusual. Her opponent in the top right, representing Storm Gaming, the Swede living in Canada. It is Namshar.
And yeah, I just want to echo, he went for a 16 pull, by the way, with a reasonably quick gas. I want to echo it. It has been an absolute pleasure casting alongside you.
Thank you.
It was our first time even speaking to one another. And it honestly, I couldn't have asked for a better co-commentator. It's been so much fun. Thank you for handling the production as well. That is always a very stressful part of it. And well, it's just been a pleasure.
No, thank you, dude. I appreciate it. I've said this many times. If you go, oh, I really like how Grant's been doing, I'm only as good as the person I'm with. Having her, I love working with Creighton. Creighton's one of my best friends in the universe. But both of us are kind of like dumb. We're kind of idiots. Whereas having someone who's just very intelligent about the game has been really enjoyable. Scarlett, right now though, talking about intelligent about the game, okay, that's a nice wall. Holy crap. The adept pops out now. That will actually push this back. This is still some lost money for Scarlett. The wall kind of a little bit not perfect. Oh my god, these lings are going to get the pylon. That's a lot of lost time. And
they killed the gateway as well without a cancel. Oh. That was actually... that was really rough for Scarlett. Now, her Nexus was still very, very quick. It wasn't delayed at all. But that was a lot of damage.
Yeah, definitely a huge amount. The Stargate has come down. Warpgate starts off late as expected. Once again here, Scarlett is opening the same way she's opened every matchup. When you're not as experienced, when you've not been playing a race for years and years and years, you kind of stick to the strengths that you have developed in your short time. And the Stargate opening is Scarlett's strength. So I imagine we'll see that Void Ray coming out very, very soon. She has a good gas bank. Mineral count will be high enough. And there we go. There's a Void Ray immediately chronoed. Overlord is going to see it. And Namshar knows he's playing against the same thing, but he did manage to win in map 2.
Yeah, he did. And he did it in like very straight up fashion. Like it wasn't some crazy cheese. It was a really, really nicely timed Broodlord timing. But it was very standard play. Like it was very much a repeatable thing, you know? Like it wasn't like, oh, Scarlett, well, actually, if Scarlett had scouted the Broodlords, maybe she could have just gotten 3 Tempests instead of 3 Carriers, and yeah, maybe the game does actually end completely differently. But it's not just a matter of like scouting that. There's a lot of nuance to it, and it would be difficult for Scarlett to deal with something like that similarly.
Yeah. Oracle coming out once again here. The Roach Warren is completing for Namshar. Nice and early, actually. I was curious if seeing the way that Namshar's been, the way Scarlett's been playing, if there was any vulnerabilities in the early game. But I do think that Void Ray opening makes you very secure. The Void Ray coming into the main now is... that's an ambitious way to scout, but if you can get an Overlord or 2, especially if you have those beams that you can turn on, this is really nice. She might even get this one in the north side too. No, Namshar going to save that. This will probably force a recall though.
Yeah, it just might. Okay, I was like, I lost track of the 2 Adepts. I was like, I don't want to lose track of the Adepts again. They're at that watchtower. Yeah, this is pretty nice. It is a little bit trapped, but like this is such a massive area. And, ooh, she may even pair this with the Oracle right here. There are 2 Queens in the main base. Where's the Spore? Oh, look at that. It's covered underneath this. Meanwhile, we're actually going to see these links get found. But Scarlett in a great position. She's going to be able to recall on out.
Yeah, going to be able to save all of those units, and there is that glaive once again here. Now, Namshar already has a roach run, and he's getting a good amount of roaches nice and early, 4 already in production. I feel like Namshar's going to be pretty prepared for this. He's now going to come in and see the third. He's going to see the timing of that, get a good feel for this. It's a pretty well-timed third. Sees the adept here. This wall is so janky, but
yeah.
it is going to function for now. And yeah, we can see more queens coming out here for Namshar, more roaches coming out for Namshar. I feel like Namshar is relatively prepared for this.
He's prepared for the Glaive Adepts, but by the way, this is a really cool move. This is something Estrella loves doing.
Yes.
He just utilizes the Void Ray, and that's actually really a big nuisance to deal with. Oh boy, this is going to be a Queen Walk build. I didn't even realize. Yeah, there's no layer on the map, and well, a couple of queens are going to get taken down. This is actually really dangerous here for Scarlett. Glaive Adepts are not great against roaches.
Especially, sorry to interject there, but Scarlett's got double Stargate behind us. Going up to 3 Stargates this early, that's so big. Which means a lot of her money right now is in those production buildings and not in production of units herself. She has no gaps for Void Rays. She's making 1, but it's not great. And now we see the Roaches and the Lings coming in. The Adepts are doing such a good job fighting this off, though, Steadfast.
Well, they took out almost all the queens, and that is what Scarlett needed. A huge mistake with that stasis ward from Namshar. Oh, the wall almost goes up, but not quite. And now we're going to see the Roaches and Lings flooding on in. There is just the one void that popped out and the one that was already on the field. This is very dicey, but Namshar needs to win right here, right now. He is down on drones.
Yeah, he has no queens either behind this. He has 2 sitting at home, but he's given up so much for this. Now he's going to kill a lot of workers, and if he can kill like a huge amount, we're talking 25, then maybe he can do this. We do see the Void Rays, the Stargate's going to be unpowered. That's a pretty big unpower, but all of the army is going down here for Namshar, and he is now behind in drones substantially.
Yeah, he really is. Scarlett doing a great job. She re-walls the front. Her +1 air weapons is depowered. She's lost 9 probes, but that is not enough so far. Now, that Artosis pylon going down was absolutely massive. But is it going to be enough? I don't think so.
I think Namshar is in trouble. I think this is over. Look at all the probes. She still has it at 3rd. Scarlett is up at 53 probes. Namshar's trying to drone now, but he's getting his last 7 minutes into the game. And just like that, Scarlett can push the button to throw down that Fleet Bacon. Get the Fleet Bacon on the griddle, as Creighton would say from his cabin in Colorado. 3 Void Rays are being produced at a time now because Scarlett is stabilized enough to be able to do so. Doesn't need to be building buildings or static defenses. She's tracking down all of these roaches. There's no roach speed. They can't get away.
No, they can't. She might let them get away, but
yeah.
Either way, this is just so good for Scarlett right here.
Yeah.
Namshar, what does he do at this point? It is obviously going to be Sky Toss. Like, you see that triple Stargate, you know that it's going to be this. Does he go for a super fast hive? It's going to be really late. Ooh, this is a nice little find. Wow, with all the queens, still none of them had transfused. And now we actually see a bunch of resonating glaives Adepts coming in here. They're going to be able to take down 2 of the queens.
This is wild. Wow. The Adepts will go down here, and they still have some intrinsic value. They're actually going to be able to walk out as all of the Lings wrapping around kill them. I really thought they were just all dead there. But Scarlett's army is getting stronger and stronger. How many Void Rays has she lost? None this game. She's killed 18 roaches too, jeez. And she's already up at 6 Void Rays. Flux Veins is on the way. 7th Void Ray in the production tab, +2 air weapons on the way. These Void Rays are only going to get scarier and scarier. And I think after this wave of Void Rays, we'll probably see the Golden Armada begin. Oh, that's so funny.
Oh, okay, so what she needed to actually do is kill this pylon and this pylon, and then build it here, and then build a gateway here, because right now this janky wall has been a problem. We are going to see this 4th base getting free killed right here. Oh, that is so nice for Scarlett.
Yeah, so big there.
One larva.
You can get it. Yeah, and now Scarlett is up in bases with her 4th Nexus already halfway done. She's going to be able to take out the gas, and gas is so big for things like the... okay, she doesn't get it. Things like Vipers, which are going to be so important. Lurkers already on the way here as well. But Lurkers don't shoot up, and this is a pure committed Sky Toss. Oh my god, she's minus 400.
Oh, the mama ship comes in, and, well, Scarlett yesterday in her match versus Neeb was tortured for 70 minutes straight. And, I mean, we're on 2,000 Atmos right here. Sky Toss is one of those compositions where you can definitely decide just to not kill your opponent for a very long time.
Yeah, she can play this out. And I mean, a mothership is a great way to do that. It's so frustrating to deal with. Of course, it is. There are the memes that it is just a waste of money, but when you're playing against a low-tech Zerg who's trying to cut corners, it has value for sure. Cloaking all of those units, allowing recalls all over the bloody place. Storm coming in as well, keeping the High Templars safe is really important. Lurkers can't shoot what Lurkers can't see. And the mothership is going to be good for that. And behind this, Charge is coming. +2 air weapons, very close to finishing. And I think we'll see her put the foot on the gas pedal for +3 very quickly too. That is something she's been doing. Her 4th base is all the way up, whereas Namshar's 5th is still in the production. It is going to be completed soon, but I just feel like Namshar is very behind.
He is massively behind. He is behind in supply against an opponent who is going Sky Toss. Like, that's just, and it's not like he's got, you know, super high quality supply. Like, I mean, Infestors, Vipers.
Yeah, none of it. There's not even any Lurkers yet, right? No, it's just Hydra. That's all this army is. And Hydras are pretty good. Actually, there are no carriers, which is kind of surprising. She's really just making Void Rays here.
This is a very large map. So speed Void Rays are actually pretty good. You have a lot of room for getting stuff done. But I think if you want to go for that, what? Okay, we're seeing the first ever Void Ray Glaive Adept Storm mothership timing.
And I've never been happier in my entire life. And here we go. Cloak kicks in. Mothership is here. I mean, there are Vipers on the way, but they're a long way off. And then, of course, they need to get energy. The Lurker Cocoons are vulnerable here. Storm coming down on the Hydras. I mean, these Hydras cannot get into the fight. More and more Storms raining down. And, of course, it's difficult to see them. The Lurkers are firing shots from down below, doing a decent job in the ground army. But once all the detection goes, the Lurkers won't be able to do anything. The Hydra's chasing down these Vipers, getting one of them before it can do anything. There's no parasitic bomb energy. And just like that, Scarlett's charging forward. She's on the chase. These Ferrari Void Rays killing everything. Only ultra here.
Void Ray Printer go burr, and Scarlett is looking poised. She's gonna kill the Hydra Den. There are 20 Hydras on the way, but they're gonna come out piecemeal in different areas. She's gonna get the Lurker Den, and then she can absolutely kill off this hive. Scarlett is going to Protoss a poor Zerg, as she would say.
She won.
Oh my god. Oh, that mothership getting very low. But the time warp on the ramp is going to be so brutal to try and fight through.
You can't, especially the Hydras are decent, but they don't have the best range. Even with that range upgrade, they need to get down the ramp a little bit to get a surround here on this army. That is the only hope of Namshar, and even then there is no hope. The mothership goes down, but at this point there's more Void Rays than there is Hydralists. There's 14 Void Rays. At the other side of the map, Scarlett's taking damage, but I mean, it's not enough. All of this will be cleaned up. It's over.
Absolutely it will. And we have the Vipers. Oh, they were trying to go in for the parasitic bomb. One of them does go down. The other one does not have the energy. And it's over. This is all over, but the crying.
This is disgusting. Steadfast, I cannot believe this is the final series. She kills the second Hydra Den. 19 are in production, but there's still loads of adepts. I mean, at this point, she's up 60 supply. She's got amazing workers. She has her 5th base down. She has a complete horizontal coverage here at the south side. She's killed 110 billion. How many Hydras have died? 46 Hydras have already died this game. Protoss.
Yeah. It's Namshar staying in this game. I don't know if it's out of frustration or what, but he is down at nearly 100 supply at this point. Hydras are going to all get picked off. The base goes down.